Today's video is about what it takes to win the Junior Women's World Time Trial Championship title. So Chloe Dygert won this title back in 2015, and I read an interesting article about her. She won the doubles, she won the time trial and the road championships, and what's cool about it is that she published her data on Strava, so we can have a more in-depth look about what it actually takes to win this title. So if we have a look here on Strava, you can see here's the world's TT ride, and it was about 21 minutes. According to this, the average speed was 43.7, but if we go to the analysis and we take a closer look, what we need to do is zoom in here just as the speed drops down, so we can get the exact data, and just select it over there. So here you can see the heart rate data looks a little bit distorted. I don't know if that's the legit heart rate data. Doesn't look right, but whatever. Let's not worry about heart rate too much. So you can see here the average speed for the time trial really fast, 44.2 k's an hour. So she was really blazing, and that's quick. I can tell you in South Africa they don't even come nearly close to this speed on the flat time trial. So it's really quick. You can see here the average power was 291. So if we take her weight and we say 291 divided by 66 kilos, that's what she is on Wikipedia. So I think she stays relatively at about that weight throughout the year. It's about 4.4 watts per kilo. So that's the average power. And the cadence, interestingly enough, the cadence was super high at 102 RPM with a max cadence of 134. So we can see that cadence peak here where the speed is at its highest. So it's on the downhill, 134 cadence at about 65 k's an hour. And the junior gears are smaller. I think they run a 52 on the front and a 14 at the back. I think that's a standard junior gearing. So interesting to note the cadence there for that power output. But now let's have a look at something a little bit more interesting. And this brings me to the power spikes that you can see here in the graph. You can see there's quite a lot of spikes, and this is due to the tight nature of the course. If you look here, it's a very tight course. So that brings us to the overview, and now we can actually see what her real power output was. When we look at the normalized power, that gives us a much better idea of how hard she was really pushing. And that is 318 watts. The Strava normalized power uses a different formula, but the Andy Coggan formula is the gold standard. So 318 watts, we take that, divided by 66, we can see that it was closer to 4.8 watts per kilo. But you can definitely be sure that the actual intensity of the effort was at least at about 4.5 watts per kilo. So let's have a look here on the chart again. 4.8 would put her right here at the UCI Div 1-2 Pro. So that's like really in the high level of cycling. And this is only for the junior women. So we could expect the elite women to be going at least 5 watts per kilo for a 20-minute time trial or more. So this is what I noted with Chloe Dygert, and it's really interesting to be able to get the data on Strava and just have a more in-depth look at what it takes to be the best in the world.